Alright, budget magic time. Playing some Bant, Tameo Bant, in Standard. And we'll try this. Ugly lands, ugly lands. This hand's okay though. We can attune for some mana, Sky Spawner, maybe into Deep Fiend, if need be. See what our opponent's playing. Fetid Pool. So this is probably some sort of cycling deck. I think Drake Haven, something like that. So opponent passes. We will just forest, attune for blue mana. Pass the turn. Here comes the cycling. Yeah, this has got to be... My guess is New Perspectives, but it could be something else. We'll play the island, pass the turn. Cycles. Well, I'm honestly not sure I've ever lost to New Perspectives. We'll cycle this Dissenter's Deliverance. Another attune. There's a negate. That's good. So let's just run a Sky Spawner out there. Get a clock down. So the combination of Cast Out and Negate should mean it's pretty hard for us to lose. If this is New Perspectives combo. It's gotta be. Nothing else plays these cards. Cycles. Wow, is our opponent just mini combo? I mean, they can't actually... Whoa. Whoa. Oh, well, I think our opponent just lost themselves the game. They just cashed in 2 Viziers for no real value. Well, let's attack with everything. Play an Ether Hub. Yeah, let's just Rogue Refiner. We still get to leave up Negate. Alright, we draw land, pass the turn. Opponent cycles Cast Out. Cycles Sheffit Monitor. So next turn, they can try 2 New Perspectives, although, well, we'll see. So let's attack with everything. Hit our opponent down to 11. 3, 4, 9. So we don't have lethal. I mean, we can just negate. Yeah, let's just attune, get a land out of our deck. Grab a forest. We'll just pass and negate. We actually might not even negate. We might just let them resolve New Perspectives and then cast it out the New Perspectives. Oh, opponent doesn't even have New Perspectives. That works as well. Plays a land. And passes. We get a Tameo that we're not going to cast. So let's just attack with everything. Wonder if our opponent fogs here. They might. So get in with the crew. Hit our opponent to 5. Play Prairie Stream. Pass the turn. So now we have the upside that we can wait and potentially tap down lands of our opponents to make sure they can't fog next turn. If they do some stuff during their turn. Here comes New Perspectives. Oh, it's Sphinx. Okay. I don't think this matters. I think it does mean we don't win this turn. I think we still do it, though, because it forces our opponent to block with the Sphinx. So, Elder Deep Fiend, sack, Sky Spawner. Tap the 2 lands so our opponent can't fog. Alright, opponent casts a Haze of Pollen. Doesn't do anything. So, well, this doesn't force the chump, does it? Well, yeah, it does. Yeah. Opponent has to block Deep Fiend, which is fine. This means Sphinx is off the table, which is all we really cared about. So we attack with everything. Opponent has to block Deep Fiend. Drops to 1. And now we just pass, leave up, negate, and cast out. The problem was our opponent would make their stuff uncastable, and although we could still beat that with cast out, there's a chance that if things went wrong, we could lose from there. Opponent cycles Vizier. They are not having any luck finding New Perspectives. Cycles Sensor. Illumination. Yeah, I think our opponent's pretty much dead. We untap, attack with everything. They likely have Fog. We Censor Fog. And that should do it. Opponent scoops it up. Alright. Well, this feels like a matchup that we should have a fairly hard time losing. We don't have that much sideboard stuff, actually. Huh, I thought we had a 4th negate, but apparently we do not. That's okay, though. Go down, Confiscation Coup. Cast Out's still fine. Dissenter's Deliverance is not good. Can we bring in anything in place of Dissenter's Deliverance? Nothing, 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 nothing. Is Ether Sphere Harvester even worth it? I don't even know if Dispel's worth it. They probably bring in negates to try to fight the counter war, but I guess we can bring in Lifecrafter's Bestiary, and I don't know about Ether Sphere. Oh, we don't want Ether Meltdown either. So bring in Ether Sphere. I guess we're going to keep one Dissenter's Deliverance just because it cycles and none of our other stuff does anything. So try it like that. Jeez. Okay. We'll try this. I mean, it's not an insane hand by any stretch. I'll play the Forest, attune to get a land out of our deck, grab an island, pass the turn. We just don't have too much action in this hand. Opponent plays a farmland and passes. Well, Deep Fiends are good if we get to them. Play a Servant, get some energy, and we'll just pass. What do you got, opponent? Oh no, nothing? Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not good for our opponent. Well, let's attune. Get a Forest. Yeah, we'll just play Forest, doesn't matter. And I guess we get in with Servant? Pass the turn. We might actually cycle this Cast Out at some point, even though it's our only way to deal with new perspectives at the moment. There's a land for our opponent. Chips the turn. Oh boy, more lands. Canopy Vista. Get in with Servant. And pass. Cycles. It's a Traverse for a land. Yep, gets an island. Up to 4 mana, so they're kind of getting close to new perspectives. Opponent plays a land and passes. We keep drawing our lands. Well, get in with Servant. Play Ether Hub. Pass the turn. We could Deep Fiend. Opponent's already cycled 2 Censors. I don't know if it's really... I mean, it speeds up our clock, I guess, is the big benefit. Are we going to see the classic cycle land, miss land drop? Alright, opponent does have a land. Land 6. We draw Censor. Well, play Prairie Stream. Get in with Servant. Well, thankfully our opponent's deck doesn't do anything. So the fact that we're not doing anything isn't too punishing. And we do have a new perspectives covered in multiple ways. Censor and Cast Out. Censor's only good for this exact turn, but... And then next turn we'll start the Deep Fiends. We can actually just start hard casting Deep Fiends. Which isn't the plan. Opponent goes to their end step, commits. Huh. Well, I guess this means we Deep Fiend. Not full value by any means, but it's better than... Alright, opponent cycles. Better than drawing that Servant again. So opponent's tapped out. We drew Servant anyway. Get in with Elder Deep Fiend. Oh, can we just win here? Not necessarily. We can make sure we don't lose. Play Servant. Yeah, let's just do it. Stop on our opponent's upkeep. Deep Fiend. Sack Servant. Tap, 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 tap. Opponent can do some cycling, but they can't new perspectives, and... Alright, they're not dead on board because they had a commit to memory. Yep. Fair enough. That does mean we get to draw Deep Fiend again in a couple turns. Dispel's actually not that bad, because I'm expecting our opponent to have more counters. They would have been good against the commit to memories. But I'm expecting our opponent to have more counters and interactions after sideboarding. So that lets us like cast out and defend it from a negate or something. Opponent cycles. They know we're drawing a Deep Fiend next turn, and they know that Deep Fiend's going to be very good against them. I guess if our opponent plays stuff, we can just cycle into the Deep Fiend. If they're like leaving up just a couple lands for Fog. I guess we can tap them out of green mana. Opponent traverses. No Delirium, so it's just getting a land. Opponent passes. Alright, so let's cycle Censor, sack a Deep Fiend to a Deep Fiend, tap all the green mana that could let our opponent fog. I guess they can untap with Vizier. Maybe this is too aggressive. Cycles. We can also dispel a fog. Opponent cycles. And scooped it up. Alright, well, for some reason we always beat New Perspectives. Although we won when we played New Perspectives, but now that people know what's happening, it is a little bit harder to win with New Perspectives. There was a lot of surprise value in people not knowing, like, oh, if I just, like, tap out and you have 6 mana, I die. Now, most people know how it works, and gotten a little worse because of that. But, sweet, we'll take it.
Thanks for watching the video. If you're subscribed, make sure to hit that bell icon to get notifications for all the latest videos. It's a great way to support the channel for free, and you can find the next video right here.